tomorrow. So ADHM is tomorrow, so I wanted to keep it pertinent from that perspective. So we have a program called Hamari Pari. We coined this program roughly around 4 years back. There are 6 key areas on which we work: education for the girls, sports. We also want to work for mobility, because we generally feel that to empower women of this country, education and mobility are 2 key things. Women's safety is a big thing that we want to do for the girls. And that's, if you see, when we come back to education and when we went to schools in various parts of the country, one of the key things that we saw was that the girls were not going to schools because there were no toilets. We had to start from that basics. We were working in some 200 odd schools where we had to provide toilets for the girls, all government schools. And that really is the starting point for empowerment. Girls were not allowed to even play. And we heard some of these things that we just heard. So we had to talk to them, give them a lot of counseling sessions, both for the teachers and the parents, that these girls can go. These are some of these girls whom which we work. These are actually blind girls. They are less sighted, and that's why we wanted to talk to them and say that you are also as empowered as anybody else in this world. As we moved on, there are various other kinds of kids that we have been working, and to ensure that these girls get, and these are all underprivileged girls, that they really get that opportunities in the country that they deserve. And that's what we've been working with all these girls over the years. I don't know, maybe yeah. Just move on, next slide, and just be over. So this is one campaign that we wanted to start, and I was hearing all this beautiful discussions that we had. There are a lot of stereotypes which are actually kind of there for the girls, and we wanted to kick that stereotypes. Why can't girls really play football? The next, why can't girls be really two-wheeler mechanics? When a girl can drive a scooter, when she goes to that mechanic shop, all the men are there, boys are there, why can't girls be mechanics? And first time in India, we started this concept that girls can be two-wheeler mechanics. And if you go back to cities like Gurgaon, Rewari, some of the other places in Haryana, today you can see in a lot of places that girls are working as two-wheeler mechanics, and that's what we want to do. Next was, when you see all these police people, why should they all be men? Why can't women police officers be driving scooters and two-wheelers? So that's where we worked, and because for women, safety is equally important. The women, a lot of women in India feel safe when they see a women around. So we wanted to go ahead. So we have tied up with all the women ITIs in Haryana. There's a women university in Haryana, which is in a place called Sonipat. There's a women-only university in Haryana. And we are training girls. So we started a program called Ek Pahal. So we are training girls to ensure that these girls become mobile. One of the key things from empowerment perspective for us was that if these girls get mobile, they don't have to depend on their father, their brother, their spouse, husband, anybody. And when they really come out and after this education, they can either get a job, take care of kids, and all those things. That's the empowerment part that we wanted to do with these girls. And these girls are being trained all over Haryana. We're trained roughly around 3,500 odd girls in last 1 year. So as we moved on, we are doing a lot of stuff all over to empower all these girls. We run this program called Hamari Pari, as I said earlier. So where these girls, so if you go to some of these malls, hotels, the girls that you see, they are actually being trained by us, and we want to empower them so that they can take care of their families. Computer education. A lot of girls are not really getting that thing to get computer education. So these girls in some remote villages of Haryana and Rajasthan are being taught today, working on computers, working on tabs, so that they can become that women of future, women of tomorrow. And that's what we are trying to do with all these girls in some of these parts of India, where, as we just heard about the gender perspective, I think these are some of these states, Haryana and Rajasthan, which are really far behind on some of these. And that's where we are giving opportunities to these girls to work and to express themselves all over. Lastly, as I move forward, just move forward on this one, please. The girls are being given science education. There are always this is felt that girls cannot do engineering, girls can't go to some of these, they have to get into economics, they have to get into arts. So we've been doing a lot of stuff from our girls' science education so that these girls, so we are just hearing that in many of these engineering colleges also, when you go over there, you can hardly see any girls. So we wanted to give a lot of training from a science education to these girls so that they can really become our scientists for future. As we moved on, there are some of these girls who really are planting trees. I was in Chennai around 2 weeks back, and I met one of these kids who is 6-year-old, this girl, and I'm always happy to share her story. This girl is 6-year-old. In last 1 year, she has planted 600 saplings. And I don't think even men would have planted, older people would have planted. This girl called Prasiddhi Singh has planted 600 plants. We also work with, from a safety perspective, at all these places, especially in remote places of Rajasthan. We are putting in solar lights so that these girls feel safer, the women feel safer, because that's a big thing from our perspective, that women's safety, so that they feel empowered and they can really come out of their houses once it's dark. And as we move forward, these are some of these self-help groups that we have formed. So there are roughly around 38,000 women in Gujarat, in Haryana, in Rajasthan, who are today really earning. Many of these girls have been, or ladies have been given entrepreneurship training, because what we felt was that if these girls and ladies now start earning something, one of the key things that I heard in one of these stories, and that's a sad story of India, when I was talking to one of these ladies, she said that now I'm respected in my family. Till the time I was not earning, my husband used to beat me, and now I'm... So that's the kind of change that we're trying to bring. These are some of these ladies who are really making today LED bulbs in remote parts of Uttarakhand, some of the other ladies whom we support. And as we move forward, so again, some of those other self-help groups that we do over there, some of the other ladies that we are supporting from beauty parlor, computers. This was one project that I wanted to just share. If you go back to the conventional thing that you can see some of these ladies really carrying that huge amount of water on their head, and that's their job. Every morning, 5 a.m. they have to go. So we actually are providing water wheels so that these ladies can really push, and that's empowering. So when we spoke to these ladies, now they have enough free time also. They can do a lot of stuff, and especially from a health perspective, it is helping these ladies a lot. Some of the other girls who are doing a lot of stuff, so we are doing from a training perspective. And the last two pieces, we are also working with some of the real women champions. So one of them, as we know, is Mary Kom, and the second one, the lady whom we just heard, Deepa Malik, she was in our office a couple of weeks back, actually sharing some of her stories, and that really enthused us. In the end, I'll just say one thing as we close. It's not that boys should not have fun, but boys should have fun, and girls should also have fun, and why should it just be the boys who have fun? I am really happy with this program being done by Outlook, and must thank them for ensuring that this topic of women empowerment is brought to fore. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for enlightening us with the Hero MotoCorp initiatives on empowering women with education, safety, hygiene, and mobility. And I truly feel that if there's a joint effort put in by activists, representatives of the government and policy makers, social entrepreneurs, and above all, us women, then we can truly achieve the dream of women being free. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, you can now witness the blackout here, and you must be wondering, why is there a blackout? For a very special reason. We have a very significant narrative coming up for all of you. So we'll just set the stage in less than 2-3 minutes. I request you and urge you to please be with us. Thank you very much. We will start shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after that very small break of resetting the days for a very, very important narrative. I'd like to begin by quoting, "The day a woman can walk freely on the roads at night, that day we could say that India has achieved independence." So said the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi.